We start with daily chart. You want to see how we can look for chart and whether we can get any trade set up or not. First things, as we can see, we have been looking for the reversal, and this is what we get. And as we can see, the price retest the previous top, which is 0.003, but it couldn't break. Now the question is whether we can look for continuation or not. Okay, but the one things we need to be quite careful, since the price couldn't break the previous top, and even most of the chart they have a similar movement, we can expect this one turn to a correction. If this one turn to a correction, we can expect to get one more drop. That's why if we want to look for buy from now, we need to be really careful. We need to see the breakout of 0.003. Okay, and the best things is if this one give us a daily correction, that's mean with the price can give us we can get the bigger correction. If this one turn to a bigger correction, it can give us better confirmation for continuation. All right, that's why we, if we want to look for buy, we need to be really careful about this. But if there is a continuation, we need to I mean the next level we're looking for is 0.0034 following by 0.0038. We need to see the breakout of this soon. Okay, but at this time, if we want to look for buy, and for those traders they get the buy within this range, they need to be quite careful about this flat, because if this one turn to a flat, we can put in relative to this, we can expect to get one more drop. That means this one will be a last wave. It has the first internal correction, first, second, last. Okay, now we want to see how we can look for trade if we move to forward chart. And even if we refer to our analysis in my last video, since the price was within this move, we mentioned we're looking for continuation, but we didn't expect to get this really sharp move. All right, anyway, it will be more clear to look for chart based on forward chart. And this is where is, I mean, we need to be, this is the flat I was just now I was explaining based on daily chart. That's why if we want to look for buy from now, we need to be really careful, because if this one is correct, the next one can give us one more drop. And even if we put our line here based on forward chart, simply we see the price didn't break the previous low. That's why the possibility of this one turn to this one to turn to flat is very high. All right. Now we want to see how we can look for trade. We don't have any trade set up either for buy or sell. And if we move to 1 hour chart, still we can look for, if we get, I mean, if we wants to look for buy, having entry above this is not really good idea. Okay, in case we want to put this one in relative to this, if we want to look at this one as this way as a correction in relative to this sharp move, that's mean we are, if we expecting for continuation, the only way is to put our entry above here. Rather than that, we don't have any other option, which is at 0.0029, because right now it's 0.00287, but we put it a bit higher, 0.0029. And what we want, in case there is a continuation as a sharp move, at least we are within the trade, and with the breakout of the stop, we start to move our stop loss to break even. But if this one turn to a deeper move with the breakout of 0.0027, then from there we can adjust our entry and put it here. Okay, by the way, we don't have a really good trade setup right now. The only thing reason is, if we want to look for buy, we need to be quite careful about what I mentioned right now. And based on forward chart, we need to be careful about this flat. That's why having entry above the top, I won't suggest it. The only thing is we get the trade within this correction. What I'm suggesting right now to put our entry above this, we need to know that it's really risky trade. It depends on the trader, so whether they want to take the trade or not. Okay, because right now we can look at this one as a flat, and if we're looking for the next move, it should be a sharp move, at least similar to what we get here, or maybe don't get similar to what we get here, at least similar to any of this. All right, and even if we want to look for trade from here, as long as we get into the trade or we put our stop loss below this, and with the breakout of this stop, we have to start to manage it, the previous stop. Anyway, we just follow the chart. We don't have really good trade setup. This is the only way we can look for trade. And in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.